Hello, gamers! Welcome back to the Warframe Iron Man. Last time, we completed the Sacrifice and Chimera prologue. This week, we're tuning it down. No more quests. Anyway, real quick, let's just recap some of the things we got last week. We got some sick mods in the Sacrificial and Umbral set, and we unlocked a character who we can't use because of our Iron Man rules. Oh, wow, look at how edgy he is. But eventually, we will unlock the privilege to be able to use Excalibur Umbra. I say that kind of mockingly. I don't like Excalibur. Anyway, we also went ahead and took Protea out from the Foundry, as well as all of Protea's weapons, that being the Stulta, the Velux, and the Stropha, which I'll go ahead and show off at the end of the video. But the final thing I want to mention is that we have the Bow Prime now. The bow right now isn't really anything special. It will be once we get a certain upgrade to it, but this is the culmination of 11 hours of grinding. So, very unsuccessful stream. Sometimes you just get unlucky, and that's okay. Anyway, what are we gonna do today? Well, we have a checklist of things, actually, that we gotta get done, but not today specifically. I kind of have a plan on what we're gonna be doing for the next few episodes, and it's going to be setting ourselves up to unlock Steel Path. Potentially. There's a big asterisk there. I've heard rumblings that potentially we have to beat the new war to unlock the final thing of missions we have. But I'm gonna hold faithful and pretend like that isn't a necessity, because the wiki tells me so. Even still, we should be fine. What we're gonna be doing today is fighting the Ropalolyst. We unlocked that last week with the completion of the Chimera prologue, and it unlocks us a certain useful Warframe that we are going to add to our arsenal and then promptly get rid of after next week's episode. We love getting Warframes on this account. That's why it's taken 40 episodes plus to get here. But Wisp is going to be very useful for our grand plan. But on top of that, we're also going to be getting a gaggle of Amalgam mods. I'll have them on screen, but I won't be explaining them right now. I'll explain them as we get them. But I've yapped for long enough. Let's get into this boss fight, gamers. What's also gas about this, though, is that we're finally going to complete Jupiter. Yeah, we couldn't access this node until now, and finally we can get it off the Mickey Mouse checklist. Wow, so tough, but this isn't about the Lotus. This is about her amalgam thing that she's made. It's time to kick its teeth in! Alright, knock it down. Orbital strike it again. Skadoosh. That is the Ropalolyst fight. Bam. Alrighty, I'm in the orbiter because I totally didn't forget to unmute my mic or anything. We got Amalgam Furix body count and the Wisp chassis, 1 out of 3 and 1 out of 5 on these. So, stick. Let's come down here. We'll show off what Amalgam Furix body count does. I don't have the normal body count mod. I'll have it on screen what it does. It's just combo duration. Amalgam Furix body count is combo duration, and it's got secondary effects. So the first one is going to be 45% fire rate for secondary weapons. This affects all secondary weapons, including exalted secondaries like Hildren's Balefire and Mesa's Peacemakers, but this also has the added effect of melee kills, blast, and stagger enemies within 15 meters. Pretty good pickup. We'll definitely be getting use out of this in the future when we have the Fear Axe. But we don't even have the base mod, so we're not going to worry about this for now. Pretty good. All of these mods are going to be very essential for niche setups. But there's one in particular that I'm hoping to get because it would benefit our account the most. So, I mean, I'll talk about it once we get it, but we're going to hop back in. I'm going to cut directly to the boss fight, though, because... Alright, this fight is pretty annoying. It just takes forever. But we're on better equipment suited for this now. We've got Wukong on. It's going to be able to health tank the Ropalolyst. We've also got polarize, so we can just do this. Hiya! Yeah, get bent, dude. Now, I've never been hoping to have better luck on a drop table in my life. Yes, average Warframe luck. Yes, 20% split between all of the mods. However, this takes so damn long, man. Also, all of the talking. It's going crazy right now. I really wish we didn't have to watch this cutscene of us mounting the Ropalolyst every time. Then we gotta watch this cutscene. And then we just gotta shoot it. And then we blow it up. Then we gotta wait for it to die. And then it dies. Now we're here. And now we can fly to the objective. Let's see what we get. Nice. We just need the systems, and we got Amalgam Javlock Magazine Warp. God, these are a lot to say. Alright. Javlock Magazine Warp. I was gonna give the Javlock, which is a primary throwing spear. Spear gun? Yeah, that's what they're called. It's gonna give you 45% extra magazine capacity, and then its passive is that it gives 100% combo count while blocking with the shield. I'm sure you can see the vision since it's a spear gun, you know, like a spear and shield. But, bro, we don't need to build combo while blocking with a shield. And we also don't need to be using the Javlock, so this one's kind of useless, but hey, a pickup nonetheless. Let's get back to it. Alright, fellas, don't worry. Then now, I've developed the cheat code. I just have dialogue turned off. I'm not very faithful that we're gonna have to do this 5 times, alright? I got the feeling that we're gonna be here for a while. And I ain't trying to listen to the lore every time, man. Oh, the Wisp blueprint. I, kind of forgot that you got the blueprint from this too. So, unfortunately, we didn't get an Amalgam mod that we needed. So, that is a bad sign for things to come. Oh, boy. Alright, thank God. Another Wisp blueprint. That sucks, but Daikyu card... Oh. The Daikyu target acquired. We'll go take a look at it in a second, but I know we definitely don't have the normal target acquired. That's for sure. Alright, real quick. Just on screen. This is what normal target acquired does. Now, the Daikyu target acquired. It's giving us a 75% bonus to our headshot multiplier. And it's giving us 3% lifesteal on Nakanas. And on top of that, it's giving us 60% chance to pick up used arrows. Kind of a sick mod, not gonna lie. But another one we can't use. We don't have the Daikyu or a Nakana that we can use. So, oh well.
Who's ready for some hot ass?
Oh my God, it's gonna start, isn't it? Bro. No. Please. Oh, dude, this fucking sucks so bad. Okay, I was trying to fucking click back on because my game was tweaking. I'll recreate what I was bewildered by. But we also got a pretty rare drop, so that... of course. So, you know, oh, the Ropalolyst, he can grab us, right? Hold on, I gotta get my shields back, though. What is that? Ew! And then, of course, we die, but... Damn. Oh my God. Burn my immortal technique. Alrighty. Boom. Vengeful Revenant. This is just a sword stance. It drops from sentient enemies. Big pickup. Wanted to talk about it. We're probably going to get 1,000 of these in the future, going for a certain weapon that's going to... Oh. But for now, we like this. Finally making some progress. Jeez. We got Amalgam Ripka's True Steel, giving us 187% crit chance, 2 times for heavy attacks. And then its passives are going to be 20% reload speed on shotguns. Pretty handy. And then 100% gore chance. This is just making the Ripka's absolute butcher machine. Pretty cool on Necros, or if we're using a shotgun. We might be getting use out of this, maybe, perhaps, perchance. But for now, we don't even have the Ripkas. So back to it. All right, of course this is the last one we get because it's gonna be the one we're probably gonna get the most use out of. That's so cap, but it's the one I wanted the most because of a certain weapon that I'll explain once we talk about what this mod does. Amalgam Argonac Metal Auger. It's giving +3 punch through on the Argonac, and then its damage from daggers reduce armor by 6. Yep, this makes any dagger in our arsenal an armor stripper. So long as we have the Argonac on with this mod on it. And then enemies are revealed by punch through, but if I hit them with punch through, they're in line of sight, so I'm gonna pretend that's not there. Anyway, this is huge, and I'll show off why. Because if you recall, by the way, that was the final one we needed. Jeez, it took forever. If you recall, this trusty thing said we're gonna be getting a lot of use out of it because it's a utility tool. Well, add one more thing to the utility belt of the Rock the Dark Dagger, because if we were to have the Argonac, which I haven't crafted, not only would this dagger give us shields on every irradiated hit, it would also be armor stripping. Now, we're still not there yet. We still need this thing to have the damage, which really just comes from influence, but we're inching ever closer to the total Rock the Dark Dagger sweep. But, soon, gamers. Oh my goodness, that sucked balls. But we are done. We have all of Wisp's components. So let's go ahead and just pull up Wisp. I went ahead and bought the Fulmin blueprint. This is her signature weapon. Oh, we don't have enough hexagon. Well, let's just go ahead and get it then. Oh.
Please, I need this. I just need a little hexagon. Not a lot. I ain't asked for a lot. Like, okay, 200. Alright, maybe 300. I don't remember. Please, dude. Please, I need this. Please. I have to grab Wisp. She's part of the master plan. No, that's not a nefarious master plan. It's actually because she's useful. Please. Don't do this to me. I'm just a humble gamer trying to make his way through the solar system, and by make his way through the solar system, I mean grind up a certain Warframe next time that I may or may not use for 10 seconds and then throw away. Please.
Oh, jeez, dude, that took way longer than it needed to. Getting stuck in the Jupiter survivals is not fun, but we're done. Let's come in here. Let's go ahead and craft up Wisp. Boom. 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 That was so expensive. But it's going to be worth it. We're going to be able to do a little special something next week. And we can also craft the Fulmin. So we'll never have to worry about any of this again. Boom. Swag. But we're not done. The last thing we got to do this week is we got to show off Protea, man. Yeah, we got Protea. We haven't used her. We haven't shown off her weapons, so we gotta do all that right now. Where I'm not even gonna keep the bit, boys. We're going back into the railjack defense, so let's go ahead and show off what Protea does, and let's get to it. Alrighty, Protea, yeah! What a great character, and also, what a great arsenal, honestly. We've got some pretty big hitters right here, but anyway, let's get into it. Here's the build for Protea for demonstration purposes, but before we get into everything, I want you to take a moment to look at that aura slot. This is an unformed Protea, and that is an omnipolarity right there, baby. Woohoo! That's pretty sick, but we're running Rolling Guard and Flow just to show off the character today. Now, what does Protea do? Let's get into it. Firstly, the passive. Notice that bar above our ammo at the bottom? Every time we cast an ability, we're going to put 1 extra charge in that bar. And now every 4th cast is going to get 100% extra ability strength, meaning that whatever our 4th ability cast is gonna do a lot more. So yeah, keep that in mind when we get into the rest of our abilities. Every 4th one's gonna have 100% extra ability strength. Moving on to our actual abilities though. First one is Grenade Fan. It does exactly that. A fan of grenades. Hiya! And they do slash damage. So pretty cool. We could set up like a little area of denial. And they do pretty solid damage. Except we will not be using Grenade Fan for offensive purposes. No! We'll use them for their alt cast, where if we hold the button, we put down these little shield drones. And they give us shields all right. We have fat over shields, and this also works as a little bit of shield gating. Throw that down. You can see it's trying. And honestly, it's not doing a bad job of keeping up with the damage that we're taking. Because remember, these are level 80 corrupted heavy gunners. Could be a lot worse, but it's what I have access to at this mastery rank. So, no, please stop shooting me. I'm scared. Protea's second ability is going to be Blaze Artillery. I'm going to put it down. Boom. It's just a flame turret. And it has a very short duration, but the more shots it shoots out, the higher damage it's going to be at. So you can see it has like a little combo multiplier at the back of it. And for each shot, it's counting that up. It's doing more damage. And this thing is nuts. You can kind of spam cast them and have a bunch up. And they just stack heat like crazy. And that heat in turn does a billion gajillion damage. Moving on to Protea's 3, we've got Dispensary. And this is her Helminth ability, which may or may not be why we crafted her. We put this down. Boom. It's going to shoot out a couple of pickups for us. The first being a health orb. Then it's going to shoot out ammo, and then finally energy. And as you can see there, that energy orb was doubled. That's because it has a % chance that is tied to ability strength to duplicate these pickups. And you'll notice it's kind of just sitting there and not spewing out anything. That's because it's on a timer. So we pick up these energy orbs. Once it goes back to the energy orb rotation, it'll shoot out some more. This is the self-sufficiency in our kit, because if we had on equilibrium, which we may or may not have on the actual build, we'll just never run out. And it's sick. Alright, and then Protea's final ability, Temporal Anchor. So let's go up into these enemies and we'll cast it. Boom. You'll notice we're invincible. And we have that little counter at the bottom. If we shoot, we get more damage up. It brings that up. Once the ability ends, we're going to blow up. And that'll do damage. Alright, now if we cast Temporal Anchor and we start spamming abilities, you'll notice at the end of this, we'll actually get all of our energy back. It'll all get refunded to us. Boom. We also did 1,000,000 damage with our explosion from Temporal Anchor. And it's pretty swag. Another thing you could do with Temporal Anchor is if you cast it, let's say we're not feeling it, right? We're doing all this and we're like, I don't actually want to recall. We can hold it and it'll cancel the ability. So you could use it for a little bit of invulnerability, or you can probably not send yourself back into 1,000 enemies and kill yourself, and that's, pretty good. Overall, though, Protea's kit is very strong for an independent Warframe. She covers all the bases. She's got survivability, sustainability, and big damage. But she's not going to have a good fate here on the Iron Man. We're going to Helminth her when we're done here, because I want that dispensary, damn it. And while we're here, we might as well show off her weapons. We'll show off the primary first, it's the Stulta. This is just a auto rifle, pretty much, but it has an alt fire. If we hold the button, boom, it's gonna shoot a giant railway spike that blows up and does radiation damage. This thing is pretty strong. However, we're not gonna be investing in it. I'm not a disruption fan. Notably, it's a crazy weapon when paired with galvanized aptitude. It's just kind of it's kind of alright outside of that, so, still cool that we got it. Moving on to Protea's signature secondary, though, the Velox. It's just an auto pistol. But it has crazy ammo efficiency, and that's because it has an innate 20%. And then because we're playing as Protea, it's 20% extra, bringing it to a total of 40. And then on top of that, once the magazine is emptied, it has a faster reload rate, I believe 50%. So we chuck that magazine out. See, it's pretty quick. Now, if we were to just reload it on its own, a lot slower. This thing is also fine, but it's not like great either. And then the Stropha. This is a gun blade, but unlike most gun blades, it has a unique projectile. It shoots out like a blast of energy rather than a bunch of projectiles. This thing is pretty good on its own. These guys are heavily armored, so it's not doing a lot. Also, this is running a heavy attack build where we need to kill something in order to get stacks of galvanized reflex. Okay, forgive the corrupted Moas. I don't have crewmen or butchers unlocked for whatever reason. If we were to get a couple kills, though... Yep. That's big damage. These are level 100 enemies, too, so... All in all, pretty swag. This thing doesn't have a catalyst. It's not modded to its fullest, and it's still killing. So, we love to see it. But that's all Protea stuff. Overall, a very good set of equipment to have. But let's go see it in the wild. Here's the build that we're rocking. I have Brief Respite on. It's probably not imperative, but we have an Omni Polarity here, damn it. So, yeah, we're going to use one of the best auras in the game. We have a little bit of strength, a little bit of energy, equilibrium, and then max range that we can have because the range is going to be really swag when it comes to spamming out blaze artilleries and doing everything for us. So, that's the gist. And then defense on arcane, and then maybe we don't have to spend energy. You know how it is. Even with a build like this, you'd think, oh man, she won't be that strong, right? You'll see. Alright, dude, my favorite tile. Yeah, woo! Actually recording this time. That's a big boon. Yeah, I already recorded this bit once before. And, you know, that is what I would say, but I didn't actually. We got here, we did the defense. I look over. My silly ass didn't start recording, so it's fine. Perhaps we'll get something cool this time, haha, right? Anyway, let's just start cranking out Protea abilities because they're good, and yep, it's gonna do it for us. Yeah, this character is insanely strong. You might be thinking to yourself, how could you do it? How could you Helminth this character right away? Well, I'll tell you how. We're gonna put that extra dash polarity or whatever the hell she gets. We're gonna slap that on her. We're gonna be eligible for the prime. A very good one that we could get in the future. Maybe, perhaps, perchance, you know. But we're gonna forget about normal Protea for now. Why? Maybe I like to struggle a little bit. Maybe I don't like things being free and easy. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Definitely the latter. Nah, but Protea is a very good character, and from what I've gathered from the equipment, it's pretty solid. I think the Velox is like the worst thing we have, and that's just because, you know, we don't have any investment into it. I'm sure if you invested into it, it could probably kill something. The Stropha, though, for just being a weapon we pulled out of the foundry. Yeah, it's doing work. 100k, and I didn't even mod it properly. Like, oh man, it could be so much better. But I'm a fool. Yeah, insanely sick. I guess this is the part where I talk about what the epic gamer plan is going with Wisp. We are going to be taking her out sometime soon. Depends. I have to gather up Vita's essence because she is going to serve a very big purpose. And that purpose is she's going to be our Grendel farmer. I would like to get Grendel done relatively soon because I want Nourish, damn it. What a Helminth. What a G. And I won't say it in this video why we need Wisp specifically for that farm, but getting Grendel is not that easy. Those who know moment. I'm sure everybody on the planet knows. It's just I don't know who actually farmed Grendel. Let's be real, gamers. We all bought them in the market and then leveled them and immediately Helminthed them, which is fine. Hey, no shade. We all did it. But it ain't gonna happen like that on this account. But Wisp is going to be instrumental in actually farming that boy up. And by farming, I mean just getting him. The actual farm is something I'm gonna have to probably do on stream. It's we just need Vitus Essence, and your boy is broke, so that's tough. Let's get to the next set of waves, though. Put your hands together and pray. Ash Helmet, Please. Oh, that's actually a duplicate. I got that the first time. We're actually just done because I hit the wrong button. Well, you got the gist. The blaze turrets went crazy. The grenade fan, I don't think I actually used, but it goes crazy. Dispensary, it goes crazy. And temporal anchor is fun. Sweet. Let's get out of here. Alrighty. The moment we've all been waiting for. Protea has an extra dash polarity, so we're going to come in here, and we are going to amend that. Now we have 2 dash polarities and a V. And we're going to come right down here to our lovely, lovely chair. And we're going to... we got to feed him. Dude, this guy probably gets so happy when he sees me walk in here every once in a while because he finally gets fed. But this is it. Confirm. Boom. Now we're eligible for Protea Prime, according to my Iron Man rules. Alrighty, gamers, but that's going to do it for this week's episode. If you liked the video, you can leave a like. If you disliked it, you can do that too. I upload every Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST, and now I'm streaming every Wednesday at 10 p.m. PST too. Ooh. So consider subscribing so you can catch up on this series. But regardless, if you found this video and you want to see more, I have 2 playlists of this now. The first one being the actual curated Iron Man series, and the second playlist being the streams, which you can find the link to the series playlist in the description. If you want to see the VODs of the streams, you can find them in the playlist tab on my channel. That is a lot to say now. Oh my god. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Next time, we're going to be going for Grendel. Maybe. Depends on how lucky I get with Vitus Essence. If we don't, we're probably going to do like another Warframe quest or something to fuel our Warframe collection. But until then, love y'all. Mwah! I don't want to do arbitrations.